Many of us remember that one show in Cartoon Network named Ed, Edd, and Eddy, right? The show stopped showing after 6 seasons, which led to the whole entire staff of the show to be laid off. Many were mad about this decision, which led to one of the staff members leaking the original opening episode for season 7. The crewman members were mad when they found out that this was leaked, and the file was torrented on the site for 3 days. Only 24 people have downloaded it before it was taken off. The people who watched it went insane. Before the episode starts off, with the warning is shown, stating the following: due to money issues, we are forced to stop the production for Ed, Edd, and Eddy. This file is not to be distributed to the public, as this episode is only a project. After that, the intro started. I think that intro would have been different or messed up, but the intro started off like normal. The free Eds just foolsing around as usual, no big deal. After the intro stopped, the title card spelled out May Fire. The episode starts off with three of the Eds walking down the cul-de-sac in the bird's eye view. They are running for some odd reason, which led Eddy to say, "Let's hurry, we're almost at the candy shop." The Eds started to sprint. As they made a turn, the scene fades away. The next scene then shows the next to the TV, showing a news broadcast. Urgent, fire starting downtown. Appears to be heading west towards the little neighborhood. Please evacuate the area with caution. "What are we to do now?" shouted Double Ed. Ed said in a sad tone, "That's there to do. We're done." Eddy then shouted, "No, we're not. There's a safety shelter about 10 blocks away from us. We can make it there and survive." This then shifted over to the next scene of the boys running. The next scene pops up, and it's showing the Eds running for their lives now because of the massive flames occurring in the background. "Come on, we can make it. We're only 5 blocks away," Double Ed, slowing down, exclaimed. "Guys, I don't think I can make it. I'm too weak to keep running." "No, you're not, Double D. Hop on my back," yelled out Ed. The scene then cuts to black again. It shows Eddy holding the Double D's beanie, and Tom and mangled up. Ed was sobbing really hard, while Eddy had a few tears in his eyes. Ed whispered, "We're done, Eddy. We might not as well go the same direction as Double Ed." While Eddy screamed, "Don't you say that to me now, Ed!" Double Ed wanted us to be safe, so let's do it for the kid. They started to run now. As they're running, the flames started to spread out more, much brighter than it was. After they made it to their final run, Double D is shown running down the same pathway as the Eds. "Double D, is that you?" they both said, the Eds. "Yes, it is. Hurry up. There's helicopters waiting for us, and they're taking off in 2 minutes," yelled Double D. A split second, static occurs, which led to the next part. It shows only Eddy, all alone inside the helicopter, with a striped shirt and orange shirt. Double Ed, I just can't let you guys die like this. I'm joining you. Eddy is jumping off into the helicopter into the horrible fire below. It then shows a bird's eye view of the cul-de-sac, all burned down, and now cuts to the whole downtown area where the fire started. All disfigured, buildings were collapsing onto each other like dominoes. A radio broadcast could be heard in the background saying, "There's still hope in the northern area of town. If there's any survivors, please come over to this region." And that, my little pretties, was Mayfire, a Ed, Edd, and Eddy lost episode creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story? Not a bad creepypasta. I'm gonna be honest. This is not a bad creepypasta. Although I would have to say that it does seem to be a really interesting concept of the beginning. Basically, it states that, after Ed, Edd, and Eddy stopped showing after 6 seasons, one of the staff crew members were leaking the original opening for season 7, and the crew members were mad. So once that was leaked, they took it down after 3 days, and only 24 people downloaded it before it got taken off. And it's not really, cliched like hyperrealistic blood or gore or anything like that, which is good. which is why I'm really glad that there's no, cliche, not really too many cliches. I mean, it does have like an interesting concept for the story of its own self. So I would have to say that I do like how this story went out. Now, I haven't watched Ed, Ed, and Eddie in like a while. I think the last time I watched the show was when I was younger. And I mean, it's a good story. I mean, I haven't watched this show in a while, and I did hear a few narrations of this story, so that's kind of why I decided to go out of my way and, narrate this story. It's a really interesting Ed, Ed, and Eddie creepypasta. I mean, yeah, the only two Ed, Ed, and Eddie creepypastas I narrated was one, the original Lost episode story, that was, I guess back a couple years, well, not last year sometime. And then I did the cul-de-sac Fury pasta. So yeah, this is probably the third Ed, Ed, and Eddie creepypasta I've ever seen. So I mean, I did see a couple other ones, but they were cliched. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I did find a few Ed, Ed, and Eddie creepypasta does, maybe, I think it was on Geoshio Wiki, and yeah, most of them that I found were absolutely cliched. This one, on the other hand, didn't seem to be, cliched, really. I do like how the grammar went out, like, but I do have to say right here, right now, that, um, there's no explanation on, how this, why, what, if the crew member, one of the crew members, who leaked the episode, actually made the episode. I have a feeling that one of the staff members of Ed, 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 Eddie made this episode and decided to leak it out, after, the production of Ed, Ed, and Eddie was canceled. I have a feeling that's probably the case, but it's not really explained really much about what happened to the crew member. Like, did he get fired? Did he leave his job after what he did? I mean, I would like to know what happened in it. Like, I really would like to know, because that's honestly something I would really, 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 really like to know. But anyways, I guess with that being said, and with that being the case, I don't know who the original author of this story is, because I did try to see if I could find it, but it says right here that the original story was unknown author. So yeah, until I find out who the original author of this story is, I'm gonna list I'm gonna state that this story was written by Anonymous for now. If I ever find out who the original author is, or if the author of the story manages to find this video, comments down and lets me know that he, she, they, or them were the ones who wrote the story, and if that's the case, I'll be sure to give the author proper credit then. But right now, I'm not really sure, really about, who wrote the author of this story, so yeah, who the author of the story is, so I'm just gonna leave it as anonymous until then. So, anyways, with that being the case, and with that being said, I'm gonna sit here and say this right now. Like, I'm just gonna say, this is my own opinion. You happen to disagree with me? That's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be well, I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. It's a good creepypasta, it's definitely well made, and it does have a great concept and all that. I mean, I wish there was a bit of an explanation on what happened to one of the crew members, the one who leaked the episode. I have always wanted to know what happened to him. Like, that's honestly a question I've been always wanting to know, is what happened to him? Like, did he get fired? Did he quit his job? I mean, I would really like to hear that. Like, that would be actually interesting. The ending actually, seemed pretty interesting. Well, seemed to be going well, and I like the ending of the episode. So I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out.